This is 20 years worth of writing, that began in adolescent period of teenage angst to adulthood. Forgive me for this is really a hard rough draft. Some of these poems I have not seen or should I say felt in 20 years. For me, art is the physical manifestation of emotion. It comes in many forms. At the center is a heart, breaking or falling into place. To be creative, in my opinion, it is a form of therapy, a bloodletting of feelings and ideas, an exorcism of emotion. It has many teachers, but one constant is patience. In New England I grew up living with loud hearts and quiet stoicism. It was tradition, self-censoring. I believe we are more than just mere words and letters filling empty blank pages. Here is a question: if you are working for a person or company, you are working for their dreams, and if you're working for their dreams and goals, are you also working for their set principles and morality? Working as dream makers, for dream creators, help keep their shadowing illusion of their imposing perception alive. In turn setting the drapes of reality, how we see the world and its many truths and lies, and the color in which we see and perceive them, along with the shape and whisper radiating from behind the curtain. When you make expression and thought illegal, you make martyrs out of dreams and dreamers. I am a lonely man, with many lonely thoughts, but I promised myself long ago I would not let cynicism of life destroy my hope, that one day kindness will be king. Empathy and compassion, I believe above all things, in this present century, these things must be nurtured as much as knowledge. For the depths of knowledge, is just as important as strength of heart. One cannot function alone without the other's decay, and the intelligence of one is not more important than the other, physical, mental, emotional, financial, etc. intelligence are of equal in weight and deserve equal attention. Scars and stars on the hand that guides the pen, our life is the ink that fills the space, gives the shapes its form and meaning. Our life is a secret narrative, songs, poem, and story without an end. A library of thoughts, and memory books held by the shelves of vines, a manifestation of love. One is dreams and the other love. The pursuit of individual truth is the pursuit of peace. The pursuit for knowledge and experience is an endless wave of light we ride into forever. Have the courage to be humble. What we perceive, we mirror and recognize as reality. If our perception is changed or altered, we change our reality. So couldn't you say we travel through many different realities, for we'd have more than just one perception, for our perception is ever evolving. You matter, and you have value. Every step we take, is a step forward, and every step forward, is a step towards love. For at the center of this maze, with its twists and turns, is a primal gravity. It connects ourselves to our heart, then outward branching to everything and everyone around us. But still, ever pulling us closer to our center path, back to our inner truth/judgment of self-reflection and its discovery of finding out more about yourself and the pursuit of reaching your best self. Don't ever stop striving, don't ever stop exploring. There is an old saying, an act of thought is an act of life. To give something thought is to give it life. Life is a refraction of light from a mirror of dreams. Love is the oldest and strongest form of forgotten magic. When we dream, is it a descent into madness? The natural order, the mundane, may be a simple life in self-built cage of discipline, but in turn do we numb ourselves to life's simple blessings, food, shelter, a means to provide one's family, etc., that some take for granted on a daily basis. We all have dreams, but why do we limit others those dream of mundane? Why is peace such a hard thing to accept? On the edge of waking and sleeping, I find my value, between dreams. Where my thoughts communicate with one another, and where dreams dream. My hope is that technology transcend ego, and greed. That when we're caught up in the great cascade of life's everyday shit, we value others around us over the things and lies we tell others and ourselves. That the value of self can be found on how we value others. Memories are the only living ghost, time is short. Go forward, forward, with love, forward with knowledge, forward with compassion, forward with equality, forward with justice, forward with liberty, forward with education, forward with theses and many other things, though we must know what to let go, let of hate, let go of ignorance, let just be yourself, not just certain moments of quiet but in the moments of great hustling and bustling. Also don't censor yourself, let your heart's filter flow out, only love, push the negative to the ground with every step forward. It's a step towards the center and as a step towards love still, though limited by fear that gives away to anxiety on shores of my mind. I rewind nightly about the days that were, but at the time they were what is. The future of was a nightmare of overwhelming unknowns, where stress were like knotted laces and tangled emotion of an ever-changing ball of yarn, enough that could fill an ocean of thoughts that turn on each other, keeping me from sleeping. About choices that can be daunting, opportunity unknown and opportunity missed because of lack perspective, and question like how do you know when it is and how do you act if at all, except I found misleft standing in the eye of it. Dumbstruck before a god of chances, now gone. Perspective expectation can ruin what is, and beauty and love of self and what is, just be. But now I find myself romancing a car crash of broken parts, and you have to sew all those metallic pastes back together and act on the prayer that will work, all while living in a vanity glass smile of a machine of mirrors. But we all shatter again, and again, until all thread and glue makes us look like a disco ball imploding into paperweight, as life can weighed and measured or compared to the contrast of silhouette of another. For one, when one bleeds we all bleed together, shedding a bit of humanity with each drop, for one must ask why in war is always poor vs poorer. And the rich and greedy hide like cowards enshrined in fear's blanket of suffocating monument of endless hunger of dream eaters refined. I find myself with questions like what's difference between faith and hope, love and peace, greed and hunger, and dreams and delusions. If it can conceived, it can be archived. I want for simple thing understanding, tolerance, patient love, and respectful trust, appreciation reciprocated. If you're still living, you're still dreaming, so fight for it. With every inch of your heart that dream you dream, I hope it is made from the wonders of love and action, manifested into a cloud that will allow you to welcome the rain. Perception is power, every storyteller and scribe is a liar. No one tells 100% of the story. Somewhere between the black ink and the blank page, between the lies we want so desperately to be truth and the truth we want so desperately to be lies. The facts are inhuman and non-debatable, so it is easier to hate the reality of the soul than believe in warm, familiar, opinionated passion of the flesh. After all, flesh sells, whether it's by the pound or by the hour. In the end it all decays and rots, even the ink. All story are about the rot and what came before it. Who controls the questioning controls the narrative. When you stop believing in the idea of impossibilities, that we must have faith in one and not all, that peace and love are an afterthought for an afterlife, and realize peace and love are more than possible, that they exist, that if you can't find it, you can be it and stand with others that share it, that heaven can be made flesh. Acts of kindness, love, and peace are vectoring small seeds we scatter from the trees of our heart. And then we see it. Life is a garden of action and words, and only together can we shape it. Some people desperately try to form a story in their head, story that explains away and or rationalizes every action and every thought done by them or to them. In the story, everybody's the hero and the victim, and all those words or actions don't deserve a second look, cause then they might see their horns of humanity. When we were kids, we were casting our gaze of dreams like stars from a lighter greater than what we are, told to be believe in never. That we free will and a voice without limitation, but confined and limited by how loud those dreams we had are no different than another. They might see their horns of humanity. When we were kids, we were casting our gaze of dreams like stars from a lighter greater than what we are, told to be believe in never. That we free will and a voice without limitation, but confined and limited by how loud those dreams we had are no different than another. And despite the chains of words like bombs implanted in our conscious minds, we exist because the kindness of others, like sun's rays of earth, or on the dewdrops that create rainbows, and how the moon control the tide. It takes another, but I doesn't make our dreams shine all the less if any brighter than before, despite the deformed mess of the sublime of what I am. A human reflection of multiple absorption contortions, no different than you and all. We must find and give shade to each other. Your heart is my heart, and my heart is an endless echo of forever. Have the courage to be honest. Will the ones you love in your own heart. Have the courage to be peace where there is none. Have the courage to be patient with yourself and others. Have the courage to be kind. Had the courage to love, and have the courage to spread it. At the end of the day, just have cards to try. You have value and you matter. Don't give up. Who's to say this reality does no bleeds upon space and time, for reality is a sponge. With each positive and negative trauma we absorb, as our random actions of will contrast and send a rippling echo of those trauma onto the infinite surrounding realities. Each living sentient being, each version of self sending signals to the many others' versions. Event, ideas, dreams overlapping, rolling tide. If we listen, we can hear the whispers. We are more than just our losses, we are more than a collection of scars and scrapes, we are the embodiment of our action and our words, life in motion. Nothing is stronger than gravity of our own heart. Feed your dreams, not your demons. I don't fit in a box until I'm ash. Even then I will want to make a nova mess of paint, covered in dreams, ones you look up at, not walk on. It's harder to breathe each day, always waking, choking on the first breathe out of anxiety of too many pacifier cigarettes. Isolated with responsibilities I never wanted. Halfway to 60, still a passenger just as much as everyone else, with the hire me haircut, fake smile, and costume, acting on my heart between life-choking vines and the beating of my veins. It doesn't matter what I do, I still remember everything. Every detail chalking for life is trauma. Born into a deformed caste system controlled by billionaire dragons, where the heroes are told to settle for the mundane, where the closet thing to magic is art and science, and both are demonized, oppressed, devalued. Unless they're of use for status, ego, or greed. Plenty speak and push agendas forward for humanity's advancements and the unnatural order we created. But who speaks and push agendas forward for nature's advancements and preservation, and the true natural order we were created from? Sometimes memories, the things people say, become a brand, a cackle to the grave. Words and feelings etched in stone. Hoping the rains of time erode the feelings, wiping away the words into empty air. But all you find yourself filled with is just dust and hot air of that whisper you call a life, 'cause empty space was filled by another. Now life seems like a vacancy of new memory, maybe lonely, maybe new. Some moments are more than just a paragraph in description, and the emotion of that moment is deeper than any ocean, and like an anchor we are all dragged through reef of shipwreck moments, swirling in color. Pulled by the tide of our hearts, for they are the moon. You ever find yourself trying to count the names in your head, of all the dead you have known in your life, remembering how they touched your life? Yelling at yourself if forgetting a name, but then remember, but you never forget a face or the heart behind it. Trying to scroll through the Rolodex of memories, making sure you didn't forget any yellowed photographic blinking thought, but you're cursed with remember everything. I miss every single one of you. Ego always resting upon the highest branches of reality, even if it is an altruistic perspective. That reality we determined as a species or individuals may not be road to the many truths or peace we seek together. The hedonistic culture of now, a impatience inherent in all of us, is an animal's ego instinct, but shouldn't we always strive to be better, for higher thought, to be greater? Yearning to meet our true reflection, or someone who sees it. When I'm done sailing on the horizon, through these stars of chaos, when I have left one body for another. We may shed our hearts but never our heartbeat, to love and the lovers. Don't let your heart grow cold and old, be persistent, no matter age or the distance. Expectation is the mother of disappointment and is the father of constance. In the ego of excuses, look at yourself, never at others. You can't stop love, but love can stop you. Just know I am everything and I am everywhere. The yellow light above your head, the purple when you close your eyes, the ringing in your ears and rhyming voices behind it hovering like flies. Just because you cannot see me doesn't mean I'm not behind you. Just behind the veil where there is hate there is fear. Shed your ignorance and accept acceptance. Love will preserve. Together we fight the good fight, and together we will fly from one horizon to another. Reality is both a lie and truth we all agree on. This world, aka the reality of the powers that be, are the ones that do not want us to know our own value and continue to reinforce that we have little to none at all. Making us believe we just a cog when we are the machine. We are the value of this world. We are the power, and the more that we stand together and create the narrative, style, etc. Forgo the old hates and BS binary, the more they fear us, for the less power they have. Nothing will scare a person with power more than having less power. We live in three worlds: the artificial one all humans agree on, the natural one all life agrees on, and the one we create inside ourselves. Greed is a symptom of fear. Those that are the most greedy are those that live in most fear. Until they stop believing in those fear, they will never believe and be the best version of themselves. Or allow themselves to see the rest of humanity or all others in, as long believe/listen to fears and not their heart. They will have regret. They will never be truly happy, for they will never just be, for they will never be satisfied. A human can reflect on his mistakes, morality, principles, and can change. A government or machine does not. To cause a change, civil disobedience must be brought to the state to humble. A system built on ego/power, blind to the cracks of its failures, rarely does a government and in most cases change. More than likely it will push back with propaganda and laws and will inflict harsher punishment for harsh criticism, but it is through acts of the heart, courage of love, the arts, and laughter. Breeding knowledge instead of ignorance through patience and wit, that we break the chains. Of someone that strives to be greater than what is, but is only limited by fear that gives way to anxiety on shores of my mind. I rewind nightly about the days that were, but at the time they were what is. The future of was a nightmare of overwhelming unknowns, where stress were like knotted laces and tangled emotion of a ever-changing ball of yarn, enough that could fill an ocean of thoughts that turn on each other, keeping me from sleeping. About choices that can be daunting, opportunity unknown and opportunity missed because of lack perspective, and question like how do you know when it is and how do you act if at all, except I found misleft standong in the eye of it. A system built on ego/power, about choices that can be daunting, dumbstruck before a god of chances, now gone. Perspective expectation can ruin what is, and beauty and love of self and what is, just be. But now I find myself romancing a car crash of broken parts, and you have to sew all those metallic pastes back together and act on the prayer that will work, all while living in a vanity glass smile of a machine of mirrors. But we all shatter again, and again, until all thread and glue makes us look like a disco ball imploding into paperweight, as life can weighed and measured or compared to the contrast of silhouette of another. For one, when one bleeds we all bleed together, shedding a bit of humanity with each drop, for one must ask why in war is always poor vs poorer. And the rich and greedy hide like cowards enshrined in fear's blanket of suffocating monument of endless hunger of dream eaters refined. I find myself with questions like what's difference between faith and hope, love and peace, greed and hunger, and dreams and delusions. If it can conceived, it can be archived. I want for simple thing understanding, tolerance, patient love, and respectful trust, appreciation reciprocated. When we were kids we were casting our gaze of dreams like stars from a lighter greater than what we are, told to be believe in never. That we free will and a voice without limitation but confined and limited by how loud, those dreams we had are no different than another. And despite the chains of words like bombs implanted in our conscious minds, we exist because the kindness of others, like sun's rays of earth, or on the dewdrops that create rainbows, and how the moon control the tide. It takes another, but I doesn't make our dreams shine all the less if any brighter than before, despite the deformed mess of the sublime of what I am. A human reflection of multiple absorption contortions, no different than you and all. We must find and give shade to each other. Your heart is my heart and my heart is a endless echo of forever. We self-domesticated ourselves into little boxes, insulating us from the world, numbing us to nature, causing us to fold to devolving cannibalism of what we call to order, with pecking wages for their morality, and overworking them into a pattern of lucid ignorance. By creating the illusion of ownership of the natural world, we are enslaving and destroying nature. We destroy and enslave the children of tomorrow with our loans of sins of the worst kind of paying it forward. Are we a culture of vanity and ego where great things are done for self-canonization of the one and not people who commit greater goods done to the benefits of the many? To know the system is to look at the culture, for it is a reflection of the society and acceptable status quo. Vanity is flamed by insecurity. Attention from others for yearning acceptance to belong. Beauty is the oldest con. Looks should not define someone's self-worth. Those that let it will leave themselves blind to those that can see them or love them. Expecting evil, rich and powerful people to have a Christmas carol moment is like expecting bombs to give you a hug with confetti and candy. It is inherent in our nature that we want the people we love and care about to care about and love themselves and to care about others, but that is not always the case when striving to meet the goals and demands of social norms set by predestined need to measure with have and have nots. In America you can go to jail for being under the influence of poverty, or indecent poverty. Poverty offense. This needs to change. Moments of purity deserve pure emotions. Emotions become burning light into the glass negative that is your conscious heart. When you die, do you feel all those brights, darks, and the defining hues? Or do you see those moments of long reflection of images that you absorbed in daydreams, staring off into paraphile? In the compressed intensity flashes from the moments between the spaces. I will rather be a light that burns like a candle than rot shattering. A heart goes through many colors before it falls for gravity. We are a collection of colored thoughts and reflections we prism through our hearts. As a species, we have made it traditional to teach. To teach vanity, we teach ego, we teach violence, we teach hate, we teach rape, we teach gluttony, we teach racism, we teach intolerance, we teach ignorance. All of this is in abundance with reverence, with respect. All of it daily, if not through you then through media and others, reflecting and demigoding the far from our betterment. In regards to our betterment, here's a better question: have you taught any empathy today? Have you taught any kindness? Have you taught any peace today? Have you taught any love today? One either breeds knowledge or breeds ignorance, courts tyranny or courts liberty, shares love or shares hate/fear. Or perhaps is a hybrid of both. A child/human is an observer, and like any observer, they observe. Minds are like a sponge, and like society, reflect like a mirror back out into the ether, for others to absorb. We are a collection of colored thoughts and reflections we prism through our hearts. What defines our reality more, tangible physical senses or intangible emotional senses? The pleasures of now are always fleeting, always bleeding and always deceiving. Lasting truth. Love is where patience and honesty combine and reflect. Where words and actions meet and are one of the same, and with equal measure trust and selfless merge into admiration and understanding. There is no sanity in war. Why can a system claim sanity in justifying death? Is it arrogance, hubris? In the end we don't own the dirt owns us. So eat your dirt. We are a collection of colored thoughts and reflections we prism through our hearts. As a species, we have made it traditional to teach. To teach vanity, we teach ego, we teach violence, we teach hate, we teach wrath. Consider. Taught any love today? Love, consider this: life is trauma, positive and negative. We are forged by it. From when we take our first breath, we receive that slap, making us open our eyes to the screaming world of sound and color. Then the trauma of hunger and growth, with each passing day the ringing gets louder. Helplessness, but through the kindness of others, we strive forward. A room is just another box. But when the right person is in it, it's like living in a present, them lighting a bonfire in your very heart, and feeding it flames of dreams reaching up, sparking AMD, stuttering different colors. There's the brightest. Let it burn, burn, burn. Poetry, you made my heart get up and dance. With your beautiful feelings of romance. In your smile I could see hope. Let the feelings mix. And let get wrapped up in this bliss. So please don't give up. Please don't let go. Never hide how you feel, just let it show. But perfection like this I feel so unworthy. But be careful, my heart is so unsteady. I wonder about you and your delusions. When I saw you, angel, thought your beauty could be an illusion. You seemed too perfect to be real. But when you looked at me then and there, my heart you did steal. Gave me hope and drowned my scars of decay. And brought me this bliss seems to increase every day. And I want kiss away all this poison you conceive. And this world love isn't meant to deceive. Dream about you 4 times and day, maybe more. 'Cause it's you, angel, my heart, I adore. In my memories I see you. In my heart I feel you. I'm yours. Values of faith and love fall away. Nothing meaningful these days seem to stay. And you seem to run. As if love happened to be a gun. But there I stand and wait. Waiting for that one named fate. They always seem to come and play. Bring with them another broken-hearted day. Let me take on a trip. In a boat of your dreams. And passenger of your imagination. All with one goal at hand. Tear down the glittering scars. No need to look up, more fake hope. Just goals of illusions. Wanna be like the rest. Try to be yourself, that's the true test. Stars fallen. Empty souls callen. Shattering fast as they descend. Watch out where you stand. You might get cut pending where it lands. Time spin around again, nice to see you, my good friend. All joyful memories begin to play. Wondering why things could stay that way. Things went by so fast. Now the present has become the past. Looking down at a stone. Feeling so very alone. Then I see your face. With a smile so sing of tears to trace. In a flash of a moment it all went by. And sometimes I remember the good times and cry. Missing all that could have been. But one day we'll meet again. But till that, sleep with peace. And may the peace never cease. Show me hope, show me a star. I need something to believe in. Not something so far. Show me a light so I can find my way. Lost now, things aren't okay. Trying to fill a void. A place sacred that you destroyed. And the memories come shattering down. And the tears beginning to hit the ground. Friends now lost, I feel betrayed. And promises broken as if never made. With the hate of love and a fist ready to fight. And the screams of a broken heart echo on in the night. But always it comes down to this. Walking alone amongst the mist. It's so simple for you to fuck it all away. It's so simple for you to just say okay. Watching the world spin around. It hurts much when you hit the ground. Now I come back and it has faded. You promised me you would have stayed. Emotions got in the way of your escape. It's so easy for you now, so just waste your hate. Sweet lies in the bite. Put me down in the night. Hollow promises with nothing but lies. Fake words and just goodbyes. Love lost its meaning. To pretty girls deceiving. The pain is gone since you went away. Name now in the whores of yesterday. It's over now, so just breathe in. No more acts of sin. Like a car crash I hit the end. Drunk of tears watching the heart peels bend. Toss the word love around like a whore. A word we all adore. It was all for the worst, she said. And it was love when we went to bed. Love is dead. Love is dead. Love was never in your heart, just in your head. He's gone, now's your chance. Take off your dirty underpants. Kiss me sweetly. Kiss me softly. Another regent and so costly, living off of fallen Mercury. Deceiver rises from the ashes. In the shadows of the masses. Crying wolf for pity to gain. Donations of hearts. Another whore for the eyes. Distract them with lies of torture. Draw them in with empty scars. You are the bloody. You are the fallen. You are the dried up and forgotten angel. I lay thee down to sleep. In a field where beauty weeps. Amongst the roses of the cost. In the rapture where we got lost. Now it seems so distant and far. In a field amongst the stars. Love is like cyanide. For at a time we would have died. In tears and memories I drown. You would have watched above as I hit the ground. I reach up as you're letting go. Now I'm alone in the great bellow, I give up. Can't save me now. I'm drowning. Lost in a maze. Escape the pain. Every time I give myself up. You cut me good and clean. In a place where things go unseen. Hurting me. Again. 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 Back in the toy box. I'll sit and wait. Tell me it love. Tell me it's hate. I'm just another whore. We come and we go. Just another face. Some more trash to throw. Tell me with a kiss. To get up and go. And go. And go. And go. The hate is beating me down. Beat me down. I let you slip away. Now I'm lost. In shadows of decay, angels of my apocalypse. Locked in purity's stomach. Stuck in fancy's dreams. Unawakened from love's nightmares. Still hidden in the shadows. There the seas glow crimson. There I will wait. Lost amongst a crowd. Could you point me which way is home? Scream go unheard. Scars go unnoticed. Still echoes on. Shattered romance of another life. A statue of hate for our existence. Reflections go deeper. In my blood I see you. In my cuts I feel you. In my tears I hate you. Almost deadly. Fallen completely. All with discreetly. Lost souls. all with dead meaning. Nothing now worth seeing. Trust me. Just give yourself up. I drink you down like a cup. Like a tick. I'm such a disease. I have myself to please. Shattering hopes. Truth shines over lies. Now it's you, my love. I despise in a prison of purity. Lost in the shadows. With a blanket of love's suffocation. Veins gone cold, heart gone gray. Glass hollow untouched. Prison of purr. I despise in a prison of purity. Lost in the shadows. With a blanket of love's suffocation. Veins gone cold, heart gone gray. Glass hollow untouched. You're my wine, you fill me up. Last drop falls. Now taken away. Lost in a moment. Now drowning in crimson. In a pool of one life. In my blood. Your blood. We are one, fallen children. Lost their innocence. Left behind. With years of existence. Feelings gone. Dreams start to fade. Forgotten hope. For changes never made. Wondering now. Unsure of regret. Lost in gazes that threat. Trust love. Aprision is okay. Infections deep. Now bleeding in decay. Sweet 16. Future is already there. Little cherub. A child she bears. Not cautious. Destruction of dreams. Time fade. Dies young, not clean. At the edges of nowhere I sleep. Living in love's decaying addictions and oppression. Hide behind masks, I'm a companion to the sheep. Eyes sticked open. Eyes sticked closed. In a pool of piss amongst frines. You gave me sanctuary in my life's despair. Kept my suffering under the pillow. And my screams go silent in love's tomb. There I sleep, in our love. Forever rest, in our heart. In the reliquary of our own. The apocalypse of our own. Fallen now, you love one. And you love another. You can't love yourself. But find love in each other. In a game of three no one will overcome. In the end alone and memories won. But this game of tilt and spin just brings scars up from underneath the skin. Everyone hurts instead. And the rivers run red. More pain to forget pain. A never-ending cycle for the ones in shame. Darwin's theory cited survival of the fit. Will you miss this? It's gone just a tad bit. But sweet sweet I'm falling. But sweet sweet I'm calling. You said you wouldn't give up without a fight. Then say yes to it, to that question just for tonight. We can play pretend like I don't exist. And I can eat my candy and walk in a mist. To hide from other eyes. And tell them nothing but love and lies. And when we make love it can be a secret. And tell the other you regret it. Welcome to the world of denial. It helps when you're a child. It can be so overwhelming to all take. But the truth is there, so wake up for a world so fake. Razor will kill the pain. Razor will kill the ones in shame. Razor use it to blame. Razor cause you care, or is that you claim? Razor I bet will have a effect. Razor will kills the ones you love I bet in the moment our hearts combine. And both of our feelings intertwined. Lips are exchanged out of desire. Out of our love, our everlasting fire. In a sweet bed of roses you sit and wait. For I believe you the one named fate. Feeling your skin pressed up against me. In you it the feeling are of pure ecstasy. Our eyes trapped in the other's stare. You are an angel and there is no one quiet as fair. In you the I felt so pure and real. Something I'll never stop caring to feel. And this I cannot deny. You are true love and beauty in my eyes. You pull me with your seductive gaze. Staring at you is like getting lost in a maze. For it was only a dream. Was only a dream. But the pain was real. Was only a dream. But the pain was real. Was only a dream. Was only a dream. And the floor runs red. Dragging along all the pretty things. The ones you destroyed. In a river that flows upstream. All back to me in pieces. Freezing in the loneliness. And now winter has come. Bring along death by its tail. You're the black sun that faded away. So wipe away the old, and beautiful. We are beaten by Manantani monsters. Sleep conquered divided maybes. Disconnected but we are not the giants of lazy. Distracted playing in the ink looking for a God of constant forgiveness can bring you to the brink. So smear the colors of the diluted gray, we stand on cloudy days. 2014. Love is rhyme and life is the riddle and we are all floating somewhere in the middle. Enjoy the poetry. Insert title. When I'm silent do I slumber? Do the dreams dream do I wonder? Or do we all find each other? Silently in between the pillow smother. The realist and the dreamer. Insert title. Where the metal hits meets the asphalt. Adrenaline rust, anxiety rush. Where the head meets the heart. Sparks shatter, melting vines in the brush. Insert title. Into hellfire just to see. All the distracted. Waiting on the cliffhangers. Of tomorrow instead of today. Easier to be brave behind the eyes of others than the eyes of our own. To do nothing is to destroy everything. For inaction is greatest sin. You will never find truth outside, but in. Not in a box, not a thing with a tag. You'll find it only when you dream, or feel. The experiences, it's they can never steal. The moments burned into forever, the echoes. Still reverberates, shaking the cells of never. Forgotten moments of clever. Between the web of words and double speak. With genuinely with no tongue and cheek. Word to the wise. The world is full of lies. Of half-truths and despise. Hate breeds hate. That's the truth and you don't need to calculate. Or acclimate my words with analyzation or tribulations. All I ask is for is honesty, equality and love, heart's funny alchemy full of stars and dreams of what could be or what was but what is. All I'm trying to say is love is one emotional notoriety out of life's little lump sum category. When you expect nothing and just be, you gain everything. No disappointment, life becomes a sea. Depends on your day. Hearts can be echo chambers of ringing worse than any migraine. Not to belong, but to be, to just be with, in that moment, with anyone but your own thoughts. But when you find yourself frozen in your memories, life is quilled, sort of quiet looking blanket of snowflakes and sunshine. I find myself in the state of truth, for what we are, is more than the sum total of knowledge and experience, but it is what we feel, and sometimes that is the only thing, the only truth that makes sense, to live in a heart than to live in your head. When leaves start dancing, water horses start prancing, drums echo from the brave above, while the world dreams of doves. Stand. Why sit when you can stand? You sit for yourself, but stand at command. Standing for others who stand for greed. The few grow fat while the many bleed. Actions and words shape the clay, what you did yesterday echoes into today. So stand for love, stand for kindness, stand for liberty. Stand for those broken by a broken system. After all, if we don't stand together, who will listen? A chaos that won't subside. A fire that can't abide. The word will rearrange into something strange. A cell of order is still a cage. For anarchy is freedom with rage. Souls are like flowers, some are annual, some perennial, are just sour. The quietest people have the loudest minds. The reality is somewhere between the lines, bending and blurring with time's digital click. Cause at that moment it didn't matter what talk or tick. Lost in your smile, a light amongst the mist. And I'm not just saying that, I'm glad you exist. A intimidating kind of beauty louder than words. A blinding kind of radiant sunrise with birds. I stand there with only a sort of bashful reverence. Choking on the syllables and the sentence. It's not every day you see angels. This petty political, material tribalism will bear no fruit of substance for growth, and will only breed ignorance. We are the caretakers and dream weavers of reality. At the end of each day we unload its many variable frequency of thoughts onto spindles of our mind. As we close our eyes, it begins to spin the thread of the day's collective experiences. The place where the thread is made is beyond time and space, and as wide and as deep as the biggest ocean where the blankets of those completed creations float. In a world of counterfeit souls, none is more fake than the paper people, and paper worship whatever form it comes in, and what people are willing to give up for comfort of the body and the mind. Pin drops shatter. Senses. The loudest quiet. Echoes. I am mummified by my butterfly dreams and my spider web heart of hope and love. Time is burning me alive, leaving the ashes of age. Alone in my echo I wait for you. Towns and cities go empty, they don't die, they are murdered, by the greed of a few. It's hustler's vortex, down on the big green. Between all the rust and refractivage gleam. Between the hunger and the mirroring dream. Is it the scorch of the soul that defined thee? Is it the open flame, the salt in your veins with no silent compliant Coloring reality with actions paint. Who are the practically hearted? Are dreams practical or are they parted? All striving for who they could be. Focusing a pursuit into a purpose. But like a iris glank into a foggy haze. All is a reflection, for reality is a philosopher maze. I am a forgotten letter or word, on an endless page or book. A generation of perfectionist and idealist, feeling undeserving of happiness, exploited insecurities by ads of mental terrorism and fear-mongering flaking media. Told by themselves and others that they have to settle in jobs and relationships, completely over-medicated giannipics, self-censored and overdressed trolling. Domesticated by themselves and the limitation they choose to believe in, ideals of an unshaken entitlement, dreaming of equal peace, liberty and freedom. Be the wind and rain that brings rainbows, ignites and curves the flame of knowledge and passion. Strive for love, strive for dreams, but strive together and riddle the world with peace, words, and actions of love. Dash. I wrote a book, something new. And from it the pages flew. Past the table to the floor. They then floated out the door. The ink fell off as it swept the porch and the step. Dash, it's all become popcorn politics. In the theater of the people. Where opinion overwhelm facts steeple. Dash, the lighting before the thunder. A spark that ignites life's wonder. Thoughts sharp as shards of glass. Is it worth more than the sum of the mass? Love is a fart, a hard fart, everyone does it. I am sand and you are the water, together we will bring the world to meet our feet. Dash, grab the torch and your courage. We are all in the dark trying to forage. For whatever hopes and forever dreams. Lost in flesh-made nightmares of the obscenes. Between the bullets and the bombs. The flashes repeat until it numbs. Take picture to fill the hole. Glorify the flesh and not the soul. In the ripple of thought. Why are the cracks so defined? But memory smeared by time. Life is more than a line. The heart's bucket streaming. The color screaming. Between the fall and the climb. Our shadow stands beside and behind. For what is but the voice of a soul? The action of flesh may age and rot. Sight may be limited to dreams that pierce in darkness. But we must carry on, through inches, and the miles. Every step is a step forward, even in shadow so quiet. For the struggle of all, starts with the struggle of one. For the voice of a soul is love. Out on fractured beach, we rather bleed than rust. We rather see in walls that squeeze than windows that breath. The floor sands of gravity's constant decay and dust. Instead of saving the sum, why is it broken glass we sheath? As the winds of time blow away our rots. One must wonder what we have forgot. Cold nights. Love is where we departed, a thought that burns and borrows. Like roots of some flower working its way through ready to bloom. Bright colors, beyond thought each petaled scar a poem. Wrapped in once upon a time's clay cigarette, love's forgot room. A tree of thought and feelings, swept away by the butcher's broom. Dark nights don't always bring brighter tomorrows. But only in darkness can you really see the lights. Stars, each one a dream, and without distance. Or no concept of time, it really is an infinite ocean of white. Love is a nova, burning's brightest in cold night. Every night we all have front row tickets to the opera, as our conscious and subconscious mind rage poetically. The heart is a mouth, and through its rhythmic chewing it eats up the hate of the world, and in turn is strengthened and it's resolved of its encompassing love and compassion. Its bite is stronger than any vice of iron or any metal when confronted with the gravity of dreams and lassos of hope. Its teeth are infinite in number, and for that may God help any person that stands in the way of individuals with hearts. The light refracting on the glass of doors open and closing becomes lightning to the eyes in the moments of remembrance, the flash of a memory that causes myself to leave another part me us behind. I cannot tell you what memory or what part, but something did leave, and it was not just the moment. Eyes never age. They bloom or they glow. Sometimes though they are as empty as a window though. I am the cold, unforgiving, never forgetting, never shaking, but piercing. I will shatter you alive. I am a snowflake, a blizzard of the humane, a blanket of relentless beauty. I will drift longer than you remain. I am the storm, once a wave now a ripple, principles frozen and encased. I am the flames of ice. The end. Make the way to end of the station, looking out and watching the world fly. But with every mom it comes a goodbye. So many faces, but will I ever recall? Will something I do matter, even so small? Far to travel, but I'm almost there. Just another memory passing me by. No time to care, and don't ask why. I'm in a rush, so don't bother me. I need to hurry, I'm near the end, if I don't it'll never be. And the darkness closes in, soaking up all that was living. The decay, the love that once brought the day. And you were the sun. But with every rise, there is a fall. I've seen it too many times to ever recall. The trust I gave came back to kill. And you're welding the knife. Just break me like the night sky. But unlike them you will hear my cries. Such a cyanide kiss. Every word that leaves those lips. In the end you met everything, everything to me. She was the angel and I'm stuck in my sin of humanity. The dirt you walk on, that is me. The broken glass that you see. The waste that floats down a bank. And the spider that sits by the lake. Stay away from me, all I bring is pain. I search, but all I bring is tears and shame. Don't go my love, sit and please stay. Let me plead, as I lose myself in decay. So just go and leave me here with regret. You were better in the end, and that is no bet. Angel I cry, angel I cry. Angel I die, angel I die. Angel I cry, angel I cry. Angel, angel let me fly. I'm no better than the rest. Angel, you deserve the best. Let me go fall to the ground. Into the nobodies that are all around. For I am nothing, amused, abused, and don't understand. Where am I, where does my sanity stands? I think I lost it all in the cookie jar. Don't understand, hate me now. So you're a bullshitter, take your bow. Fear the love and all its pain. You say you love, well that's what you claim. All you bring is scar and tears. and all you do scratch down my hopes and bring my fears. One is love, something no one needs. QS in the end, love is a disease. Watching this relationship decay, wondering if all of this will go away. I cry tears from my scared hands. And some people will never understand. Feel nothingness as I do. I wish I just could feel love just like you. Wondering if this feeling will go away. Then the tears fill my bloodshot eyes. And Thean, I wish all this pain goodbye. But it doesn't, it just stays. Know that you hate me, make me want to fade away. Wondering why I stay and wait for you. Please stay, I should find someone new. I stand in a tear that filled with pain. And this torment drives to close to insane. But I wait for you in the love. And I want for you, and you're beautiful than the above. You shine like my black star of forever. And no hurt will come to you. Never. And what we have will go from, to beyond. But I don't know if this will last forever. But we can take for a moment, time stands still in the moment of love. And wraps everything in its heart of forever. And love of beauty fly, as far and above. And well, for the hate will it last, never. More pain comes from a lover hate. And tears of hurt drop down the glass. And just to think that you were love's bait. Memories are the only thing that will last. Everything falls beneath your feet. But you need to keep walking forward no matter the pain. 'Cause one day you and love will meet. And then everything will seem sane, unfied what you hide. Down deep inside. Lies and tears beneath your feet. One day you will fall through and pain you will meet. Dazzle this world with entertainment for your simple lives. Entertain, for it's the truth me must hide. Negative thoughts of infatuated lies. And swarm from sickness to sickness like flies. Burn down the truth in its epidemic of faded time. And watch all the masks you wear flicker with a shine. We see tragedies that may be. And in the end none of it will matter, and you will see. Can you see the pain in my eyes? Can you see the scars I try to hide? Fear everyone, hate everyone just like me. They tell me, I'm so ugly. Wish this pain would go away. So many tears and scars, it just stays. And love is suicide. Love is a knife. Love is a bullet so beautiful and free. Wish one day I could hold love inside of me. Time fades like every memory. Sooner or later no one will know who I am. Like everything it'll fade away, but my pain will remain. Okay, let me be your lover. Let there not be another. Let me walk you through my heart. A home for you, and the feelings will never depart. Let's hold each other in this moment of bliss. Being with you is a moment I'll never stop to miss. Dance with me under the stars. You may come and go, there are no bars. I'll wait for you in the grace of love. You are my one and only, my angel that flies like a dove. Nothing can my feelings sway. I love you, angel, and I promise if you let me I will stay. So don't worry about what will be. I love you and I mean it truly. Live in this moment of grace. And don't worry, you're not alone if that is the case. You have me by your side. And we'll take every little moment and cherish them as we stride, running through the woods as fast as I can. Hearing voice around me that I can understand. Fog and trees surround me as I pick up pace. It's so dark I can't see an inch in front of my face. A light appears from a house afar. It shines like a dying star. A house comes into view of what I can see. I hear the frightening voice behind me. I run fast to the door of the house. When I get there it opens and sounds like a squeaking mouse. Slamming the door shut, locking it tight. I begin to wish the darkness would become light. And my wish was granted and a candle flickered on in the night. I began to wander this house of terror. And began to think I was so very clever. I lighted with my candle and it ignited. I was very weary despite the hike. I began to check my limbs. Then all of a sudden the lights began to dim. Cold sweat beat down my face. And then heart begins to pace. I walked to the window and what did I see? A pale ghostly skeletal woman, all she did is stare at me. Her dress was white and in her face her eyes were empty. Her fingers were as skinny as a side of a penny. As I gaze into her eyes and what did I see? Hate and painful sorrow for the likes of me. I began to back away in fear. And began to think of those people most dear. Then her face surrounded me fright. Saying you will die this very night. Started to laugh thinking I was insane. Then I started to feel nothing but pain. Blood dripped from my mouth and eyes began to roll. And my heart began to beat out of control. Then it stopped and I became cold as winter snow. And then the only thing you could hear was the hollow wind blow. Was it a illusions, a dream or reality? All I know is that a ghostly woman haunts all three. So awake or sleep, alive or dead. She watches you from window in your house or shed. Beware, cause shall get you if she got me. Beware, she haunts all three. Your illusions, your dreams and reality. Burn down your memories. Scratch the past. Rape of feelings. Raped of heart. Like everything in the end it just departs. No feeling left. Let the tears fly. As I just sit here and die. Another scar, another fire. And there you come, just another liar. Feelings left for dead. Let everything go to hell. Don't worry till you hear the bells. A mouse, the list you made. Another name 123. And make it as if it never was or never will be. Fear of truth and all of it conceives. For the truth is a scary thing to believe. Fake hopes to keep you alive. Something to believe to make you strive. So many regrets and so much shame. And in the end comes its scars and pain. Behind your mask you gaze at me. And there you hide your pain, for none can see. Hold me there in your bed, fate. I guess in the end you were heartbreak's bait. Pretty faces everywhere you go. But ugly is inside and it will eventually show. Confused in what you believe. Cause sometimes it's so hard to tell what is true. Understanding is something hard for me. When you know bliss like this was never meant to be, let life take the wheel and see what it leads. And make sure this heart doesn't get hurt and bleed. But this heart is mortal and will never last. Curious the pain comes hard and fast. And see heaven fall with its stars. And watch players crash their cars. Watch time fly. And watch this heart wither and die. There is one thing I believe in that I know is real. Something I know that in the corners will never peel. Believing something true. How about I just believe in me and you, cannot hurt this anymore. You're done and I settled the score. Dead touch, you can't hurt this. And it was hell not bliss. So much bullshit, what a waste, and I did tree. Now it time for the hate and goodbye. Cast you away without a smile. You hurt and you're in denial. You think you're the only one that feels the what you do. I say you're full of shit and a great big fuck you driving in my 71 Skylark car. Wondering if this piece of shit will go far. Nothing to lose, step on gas. Let's see if this motherfucker will go really fast. From 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat. Then my boyfriend was thrown backwards from the seat he sat. Came to a stoplight, slammed on the brakes. A cope told us to pull over and this no mistake. Flicked the fucker off and slammed on pedal. And we turned on the radio and listened to So Metal. Cope chased us but in their dismay. In the end we got away. Looking around, is this really you? As I look I feel so lost, it's hard to tell what's true. With every day comes a scar on this hollow heart. Can't see where I am, everything is so dark. Where did it go? Did I say goodbye? Somehow I want to fall down and cry. I open my eyes on my wrists. It helps me, I'm drowning, and why is everything a mist? I don't like being stuck here, take me away. Take me to a place that isn't cold and gray in the dark of the night. There is a light. Behind the hate. Behind the despise. It burns in your eyes. Your pain, I feel it too. Save me and I'll save you. I'll heal your tears. I'll heal your scars. I'll pull you from bubble of pain and make you free. And make the pain as if it never was and never will be. Watch it all fade. Watch it all die. It's done? Now you fly, another friend, another whore. Another bullshitter, what a bore. Play with these feelings that are inside. Stuck in something so fake and you tell me to bide. Hope worn down and so thin. So many scars beneath the skin. Ignorance, to walk away is the only way. And a fake okay to make the ignorance stay. Something so beautiful fade with its scars, tears. And then comes the paranoia and fears. You say I have problems, I say you get pleasure out of yours and others' misery. Hold my heart. Hold my love. Tile will take its toll. Give you hand of grace. I see pain in your eyes. And I see nothing but beauty inside. One is love. Love is divine. I only wish it could be mine. As you gaze into a forbidden night. Like a black star you feel with the black light. Desires hold the moment still. Maybe this risk will kill. Might as well let it be. And let it fall with me, strike down love without a care. And waste the hate for all to share. Ugly is all you are and all I'll be. You changed into nothing, can't you see? You burn your memories in dismay. And you think I went away. The ashes still are there. So you better fucking beware. Chorus. So waste your hate on me. And all you are is you'll be. Fuck your tears and your sorrow. And save them all for tomorrow. Now that the love is gone. So let the hate ride on. You talk trash day to day. But dolly, things won't turn out okay. And you won't go that far. You'll just crash and burn in your car. No empathy will come from me. 'Cause nothing is all you'll be. You and your hate are dead. So sleep in fear in that bed. Chorus. So waste your hate on me. And all you are is you'll be. Fuck your tears and your sorrow. And save them all for tomorrow. Now that the love is gone. So let the hate ride on. You can't hurt me, only the glass. My pain like life doesn't last. You picked your own path. And when you bleed, I'll just laugh. Forever nothing, I'll always be. Nothing but the word ugly. But like everything, I'll fade away. But I'll still remain okay. Chorus. So waste your hate on me. And all you are is you'll be. Fuck your tears and your sorrow. And save them all for tomorrow. Now that the love is gone. So let the hate ride on, try to reach for but fall. You want it so badly. But you get scared. Run away and the pain will heal. Cover your face. And you won't get judged. Don't touch and no pain will come. Like a ripple of water it affects you. Like a disease it eats at you till you are empty. If you don't listen you won't know. For it lies on the path of the nothing. But only a few can see, but one who can't are deaf. Everlasting tears of sorrow fill your eyes. Feeling the feeling as if they were notes. As if every touch hurt like picking up glass. Screaming your last breath as you bleed and feel empty. Then you are on the path of the nothing. For there is no love. Therefore there is no pain. The only feel you're left with is nothing. For now you are nothing. Nothing but nothing. The world is lonely, what can I say? No one has been there for me anyway. I feel so empty, what do I do? I might as well say fuck it all and fuck you too. All this shit you put me through, I did it all just for you. I get nothing back, so what do? I say forget this bullshit and oh yeah, fuck you too. I went from hell and back just for you. I went insane cause of the pain you put me through. You did nothing for me too, so I say fuck you too. To think once I would have died for you, that was a joke. And I laugh at it too. And all those people who hate me cause of you. So I say fuck you all and fuck you too. I guess you didn't feel the same what I felt for you. I guess you didn't give a fuck about me too. I wrote this song just for you and your crew. I say fuck you all and fuck you to the sky weeps for the fallen. For the broken hearts in their dolmen. Photographs are just reflections of the past. A moment that comes and goes so fast. Take a deep breath and let it all out. The pain and the doubt. So I scream with that look in your eyes. Does that pierce your ears? Do you despise us? So entertain them with a lie. Not enough heart to care or try. Always easier to run away. Can you hear her screams when you pray? Swear on something sacred to prove something fake. Too proud to say you made a mistake. Tame the ones you love with pain. Love. Now a lie, but something you sighed that wouldn't change. Feeding them cyanide tears so they end up on the floor. the ones you used to burn them to the core. How many people have you hurt? Can you keep the score? Scorch their eyes with every lie. Then you take advantage of the moment, later on deny. How far can you fall? How much can you burn? In the end everyone has their turn. And when it your turn to fall, now one will be there. 'Cause you built up all the walls, tore down all the windows. You bury yourself in a hole, in a lie. Always too tired to tree. I soaked up all your sorrow, and you let me just drown. When love becomes a prison, suffocation is so ordinary. Then you choke with a smile. The lies leave you blind, and you're walking bruised and swollen, and Lear walks beside. But when you get scared, and there is no one there, left in abandonment, and when the end is near, he comes back, to watch the curtains fall, to hit the ground, just like your tears. He comes back, to only to watch you die, and the day ends and fades, bringing more children to the graves. They all seem to grow up so fast. In a moment the present seemed to become the past. Wrinkle seems to come from such an innocent smile, and the time you have is just a little while. One day you will be elders of your time, with the innocent heart inside that still does shine. So don't take for granted the time that was before you, or the frailty that broke when the wind blew. Cherish the moment and let the little things that hurt pass. It does hurts when you're fragile as glass, but all you can do see the truth and walk on. 'Cause in a moment things are here, then they're gone. So sweet is the star in my eyes, filling my heart with such a surprise. Shine hope and warmth on me, my black star, my fallen reliquary. This moment seems too perfect to be real, like walking into a dream so surreal. And as this winter's ends so comes spring. Smiles gives me hope of the future and what it will bring. And when you're in my arms I don't want to let go. I just want bare my heart and let my feelings show. How much you mean to me. You are my star, my everlasting beauty. Asleep, a place where the willow weeps, under the stars of this gentle night. Too tired to let my eyes put up a fight, to dream of some place that goes unseen, where angels fly, time stands still. Enough of reality, I had my fill. So to bed, to lay down my weary head. Let my eyes close one more time, and having faith in tomorrow that hope will shine. So you can bring down my memories. I hope you die in your reflection watching yourself burn, painting your face with gasoline reflections of denial, and each lie will slip away with the ashes. Self in defense so disturbing, a whore for all their eyes, ugliness behind a mask. But I'm the one breaking vanity. Pull back the curtain of such a faulty smile. Now we can watch this world go up in flames. The one you built up, to just tear down. And now hands to a sword, sword a lie. From your lips to my throat to a goodbye hope's lie. And I choke with a smile, and you burn with denial. And I can taste the tears, the truth of my fears. As they hit my lips, I swallow them all. And I choke, a boy that will never be missed. Now only to dream of another life to recall. To dream of alternative life, a fairy tale. Stories of love and loss. With happy endings. With no tragic cost. But all beauty burns, and is lifted away. The ashes dancing in plain view. Only to tell you of fictional stories. For it was only a dream. Was only a dream. But the pain was real. Was only a dream. But the pain was real. Was only a dream. Was only a dream. And the floor runs red, dragging along all the pretty things. The wish I just parts that fell off, but not too far. So pick up the pieces. Change the pace. Understand your mistakes. Is no way a disgrace. I wish I could bear the world pain of a broken hearted on my chest. For I want to see all the angels bearing love and no less. And with my last breath I would put on a smile. For the innocence of hearts, unbroken and not in file. Lining up and waiting for the end of their anguish. But I put my soul on the altar, for it could be the broken-hearted dish. A smile of hope when pain was relived from their face. My heart would be willing to bear the ravishing torture, all for love's grace. And when I finally collapsed, the pain would fall with me. For then peace would reign, everlasting beauty. But when I faded I would smile. For never again would you hear the destruction of the innocent heart of a child. Sweet girl, she can smile. Missing the days when she was a child. When innocence was at its best. Innocence is born from where love meets. Forever in torture. Lost in decay. Put on a mask to hide it all away. Suffocating emotions, getting trapped in your tears. Afraid of being alone, now you're drowning in your fears. So used to empty, and all the pain. Afraid of change for new feelings to gain. But don't give up, believe in something true. Believe in you. In the end there is hope. In the darkest of the night. It's in your heart, in your self-love is the light. I seem to keep falling down. I don't think I can get any closer. Lost in decay. Put on a mask to hide it all away. Suffocating emotions, getting trapped in your tears. Afraid of being alone, now you're drowning in your fears. So used to empty, and all the pain. Afraid of change for new feelings to gain. But don't give up, believe in something true. Believe in you. In the end there is hope. In the darkest of the night. It's in your heart, in your self-love is the light. I seem to keep falling down. I don't think I can get any closer to the ground. My chest left open. You bear the sword. Gazing into truth, cutting open the lies. Bring down the blade to destroy my smile. As I gaze into your eyes. I will never rest. With such heartache, and repentance. As we cut open the truth and set forth the lies. Now mistakes breaking such, sentiments. A smile with such, sorrow. But with each dream now, we break reality. And you stand next to me naked, to just light your match. To become ashes, a masterpiece of such lust. Love with such a faulty reality. Love with such, infinities. But now we all burn away. We all burn away. Now all hope lost in decay. Forgive me. Don't let it die. You promised you let your feelings fly. What happened to days of smiles? You broke them with age, now numbers in files. From beginning to end. As I gaze into your eyes, I will never rest. With such heartache, and repentance. As we cut open the truth and set forth the lies. Now mistakes breaking such, sentiments. A smile with such, sorrow. But with each dream now. The world changes and blends. Hearts now venting. Open and closing. Closing and opening. Releasing such heartache cloning. Out of control. And there goes my soul. And there goes my soul. Feel better, I can relate now to date. Disfuse and break, love is so fake. It will get better, where's your faith? I lost it in the sun. Where all the hope had begun. Burned out and flicked in your eye. Love seemed to have lasted for a second. Then burned out and died. The flames now says to you it's your goodbye. In seconds we all die a little more, no matter how hard we try. We cry a little more. We bleed a little more. For love. For love. For love. We break a little more. We scream a little more. For love. For love. For love. Then we all seem to fuck and go. All whores, all whore. Never satisfy, always they bring the tears. Then comes down the hopes and brings up the fears. Love seems to suffocate me, it makes me sick. Like it happened to be a fake neurocytic trick. But don't lie, never lie inside, you know things will work. If it's meant to be, then don't stop and give up to die. Die in the love, let life run its course. There is always tomorrow, nothing pure comes with force. Of cows we cry a little more. We bleed a little more. For love. For love. For love. We break a little more. We scream a little more. For love. For love. For love, slowing eating. Not really seeing. Want to despair. Things not so clear. Just want it to be the best, all for you. I look to the starry night to see me crest, I die for you. Curious when the darkness seems too thick, and I slowly break. You bring the light through, pushing away the decaying brick, the future we do make. Releasing me from my own cage, where I'm slowly drowning. With every day comes a new page, my heart is pounding. A story is told, my heart begins to speak. The heartache will never let the love leak. Every day I die a little without you. I stand, for love and what's true. I stand, I breath. I feel, only. For you. In the love all for you. In my heart, for what is true. Promise me you will follow your heart. And never let the memories part. Qs I ever wanted from you was a smile. I will never regret, or fall into denial. Promises, me. Promises, me. You will do. What brings a smile? Just give me time. To unwind. Understand? I believe. There is future for us. I believe. Our souls did touch. And I have faith in our heart. The ones we exchanged, don't let them fall apart. Just give me time. I promises happiness will be yours and mine. Just have faith. I have faith. Just have faith. I'm love. Promises. You will let me come back. Even if it's just for a little while. Just give me time to unwind. And a statue of you still stands, symbolizing all that was grand. In my heart, for you. For hearts. For us. For our love. Interchangeable and repetitive. Sicking, and exclamatory. Dramenside, to paralyze. Socials, is to criticize. And for what, and for what? For a laugh, for a kick. Fuck off, eat a brick. And if you don't like that, eat a dick. All saint no sinner. Trust me, the leaders aren't getting skinner. And the whores aren't getting prettier. But it's all good when you interchangeable and repetitive. For hearts. For us. For our love. Interchangeable and repertory. Sickening, and exclamatory. Dramenside, to paralyze. Socialize, is to criticize. And for what, and for what? For a laugh, for a kick. Fuck off, eat a brick. And if you don't like that, eat a dick. All saint no sinner. Trust me, the leaders aren't getting skinner. And the whores aren't getting prettier. But it's all good when you shut off the light. Ignorance, asleep in the dark of the night. A code to leave by, Qs of insecurities. Now so fake and dirty, dirty. Impress other at the expense of pain they will feel. And parents say they will deal. And the fellow students say they will deal. Now they're on the ground head over heels. Bullets in the air. What could have brought on this scare? Think. A push. How far is too far before you fall? Maybe you help pull back their trigger finger. Peace in a gun another bringer. As they put it to their head. And at ease they can truly go to bed. With a smile. You can smile. You pushed but live in denial. Makes you wonder. Be a child and we're coming to an end. The end of every little problem. And I'm cutting out their faces. Drawing lines through every connection. From all the good movies. and the fellow students say they will deal. Now they're on the ground head over heels. Bullets in the air. All in scraps like the memories to their life-driving drama. And a fuck you for the good time. The one that never came. And the tears should have ignite. The conforming phonies. The heart-shattering lies. A drug we can live without. And only in the ashes can we bear witness to our actions. And they're wishing on a four-leaf clover. But they're already blind. So here's my resignation. Our final goodbye on the shorelines of your skies. Lie the horizon of your dreams. The sun melts away into the heavens, stretching every scar away. Now all colors are a blur. For off in the distance points the arrows of our future. But time is shattered, and lies in every fingertip. Every action you make. You are the creator. You are the destroyer. Through the lengths of every mirror. Reflections of everyone you have been. And you all came out together. You all came out one. Ahead of you a path. The ground is a mirror, reflecting the past. But on it lies the future. It's time for you to right your cracks. On destiny back. Behind you a shadow. An echo. In front of you a dream. A risk. And you're in the middle. What step will you take? What will you create? And I'm washed out to sea. Carried away in sin. The pure creations. Seeping through twisted scars. And I hold the keys to all desires. The melancholy of love. And the dreams of sorrow. This beautiful misery. Suffocated under your feet. And you're drowning on your happiness. Slipping on every razor blade. The hearts of yesterdays. Tonight riding on hope. As the surface falls above me. My screams no longer distant. In the gallows of the sea. And its words whisper softly. You can't escape. The depths of every memory, and the pictures hang on every door. On every wall, on every core. Another space, lost in time. Another moment, so sublime. But don't fill me up, just to let me down. It's hard to fly, but easier to hit the ground. So take a candle, and begin to fly. You are the stars, the diamonds in the sky, breaking not faking, bring me downs, fallen not stopping, spin around, congregation of let me bees, I'm sorry I just needed you to see. Please stop asking why, I know it's hard but you got to try, bleed out the lies you conceive, no I think I need to leave, it's okay there's always is these goodbyes, and erase the truth every heart beating will eventually choke and die. But you're lost in the haze, with all the attention you crave, with all Dennis, with all the self-despise, so throw it all out, cover it up doubt, hide it all in behind a scar, it's so hard. But I hope you crash you car, no ill will just a wake-up call, and the blood will reflect every memory when you fall. Nurturing my wounds in love's ocean. Drowning me with such a kiss. Everything I wanted is now in motion. Lost now in such bliss. Seeping in undiscovered. Awaken from nocturnal states. all desired that were in the cupboard. Now only love awaits. The walls of celibacy lie thin. Passion sparks amaze. Desires flame engulfed in sin. Now our love is ablaze. Drown in her divine. The one, the only. Her name is the lonely. Her chill is everlasting beauty. In time's hands I wait for love's truly. The desire of touch, and the rush of a kiss. Getting wrapped up in love's mist. Wrapped up in the cold. Frozen heartache is the mold. In the reflections everyone tears. With a smile she spreads her fears. And I'm breaking vanity. And it's you I see standing at my door. And it's me on my knees gazing up at you from the floor. Now bring it down upon me. The moment we all wait and anticipate so longly. The cold, and now we all shatter stars breaking through the windshield. And so are you with the screams of children that follow you. My heart skips a beat. And I wonder how long it will take for me to fall into your blade of sincerity. The cement has never looked so pretty. A glistening reflection now staring up at me. Smudge with that perfect smile. As your eyes begin to burn out. There's your face staring back at me. A plastic doll with so many sorries. And your last whisper. Peel back the skin so the alcohol can touch your lips. Numbing an emotion is worth tragedies like this. And when you pull an inch, the bottle to your lips. Do you see a face? As the ebony connects, can you taste this pain? You broke me. The fever burns away all that I was. The sun sets over these sweet Neymar rays. Because nothing is sweeter than you. And through the shades we see the spinless. They seem to crawl and infest you, with emotions as important as breathing. But like every breath, taken for granted, and unnoticed. Forever falling into oblivion, called love. As I bleed everything between words and lines. Remember, each day was for you. Fitting into her perfect skin. The one society created. The one they called a sin. Now they indulge in their awaited. Infected straight to core. They're nothing but sweet toys. Sorry honey, the needle was a whore. They were all dirty little boys. Fictitious with a pretty face. Eating away all dreams that we crave. Mom's beautiful scar burning is her disgrace. Daddy's little angel awaits her cherub ready to put cradle to the grave. And doctors begin to tell her everything will be okay. They wipe her conscience away, and give the princess her crown. And now the autumn air, in a bonfire she believes burns it all away. Remember, each day. But that's a lie, for the truth confided in ashes descend like snow in front of her and hit the ground. Once upon a time, I left you where you stood. You rode off wearing angel's wings, while I burn in my sins. Of all the things I have done, what have I become? My heart is my crest. I wear it at my sleeve. I leave it at your knees. But leave me with my sin, for I will take it to my grave. Lost time, where did it all go? As the tear fall, watching the wind blow. Once upon a time, it was you and I, lost in some sweet dreams, between the stars and sky, uttering my name in fear, like a secret you won't recall. For the temptress wants her way, even if she has to put up walls. Of each lie lost, only in her gaze. Well, it's hard to impress. It's even harder to amaze. So bring down your mallet, so we can drown in our pain. Addict to the suffering, with no one to blame. Mother is the lantern in the fear of night, the one that pulls away the darkness of the light. Back and forth, to and fro, wander in and out of innocence as they grow. As the children down below let out their screams, their mental rationality seems to split its seams. And as the children's voice die away, drowning their innocence in society's decay, having hope in faith's deception, claiming it to be love itself, or is it oppression? Every little ripple seems to affect the deep, down where the herder tends to the impressionable sheep. But listen to mother's word, heed to her cry. If you don't, remember, she brought you in, she can say goodbye. I've seen darker shades of blue, I've seen better distinguished lies of fancy. And you don't show much. You, love, I can't take this anymore. Why is my heart on a scale? And the words of never will eventually come to fail. All this resentment is just a plus. All I ever wanted was a happy ending. Girls are a drag and a must. All I ever wanted was a happy ending. So you break me fine, then you lie. All I ever wanted was a happy ending. Well, that's a crime, but why? But why? All I ever wanted was a happy ending. I thought you said our love was worth the try. All I ever wanted was a happy ending. I've had better tasting poison. I've had been in emptier rooms. The truth has never been so transparent. You hate, I want to forget with style. Pocket all the regrets. I liked you for a while. Let's start the bloodletting. I'm sick of all the sensible denial. All this resentment is just a plus. All I ever wanted was a happy ending. Drama and heartbreak is a must. All I ever wanted was a happy ending. So you break me fine, then you lie. All I ever wanted was a happy ending. Well, that's a crime, but why? But why? All I ever wanted was a happy ending. I thought you said our love was worth the try. All I ever wanted was a happy ending. Break me like the night sky. All I ever wanted was an end. I am rubber, and you are glue. Take the shit I give you. Sand is everywhere. And love is every grain. You use the word, but won't explain. Love is simple. Love is a knife. Trust came back to kill. Love kills all life. Home is where the heart is. Then my head rests on the pavement. And it was 3-story fall. From your heart to the asphalt. Come morning, your thoughts will be on me. Come morning, it'll be engraved in stone. Like the emotions, from your actions, you condone. The yarn ball slowly dwindles. And spills onto the pavement. I'm just a tangled mess. It's all knots and pulled so tight. Cutting off circulation to everything and everyone around me. To my emotions and memory. By the time you come to realize, it'll be carried away. The chalk silhouette is all that will be left, and I carried the casket. Heavy with love's false pretenses. The girl I love is dead. I sit by the cave though, waiting for some hope. Waiting for the resurrection. Waiting for some connection. To you. Me and your shadow. We are children of the night. You litter every corner. You burn away every light. His hands around your waist. As you ride off in the sunset. To some dinner suicide. Where the meat is wriggling. And so is my corpse. Your ghost by my side. We rake havoc as we drive. Spilling out love into the night. A love waiting to be revived. His lips to your lips. Pull the string to this old toy. Break out the knife and begin to twist. One day I hope I can find joy. But such fallacy hopes arise on love's starry dreams. We may ride together, but are split at the seams. His hips to your hips. Was it a swing or a miss? Salt air fill my lungs and my thoughts. And right now I fight to exist. And death has never been so accepting. The poison has never been sweeter. We climb a tree to touch the stars. I climb the bridge to only be hit by a car. It's never been so tempting. To only pull an inch. Setting the clutch in reverse. Let me strike back the skin. To set free all that was. And all that could have been. Falling back onto who I was. Who I never wished again. But it's all ash. You brought in. And I still ask. Do you still? You never loved. I wish I never. You never cared. I wish I never ////////. You never hurt. I will never again, and I'm back on this wood floor. A place I don't know anymore. Headlights and empty bottles. Acceleration is what follows. To dissect veins to see where they go. In a moment nothing will stop the flow. Let's baptize this moment pain and regret. Repetition is what you use, I bet. You are a ghost made of me. Pull out your organs and you will see. New hearts always find fault and envy. Well, enjoy the lemonade and your high horse. Ill enjoy the illusions and mental discourse. And the love that was forced. The moths are set forth. Tell it, cut, repeat. Are you happy with the reflection you meet? Your heart has become disfigured. Let's go to the kitchen and grab the scissors. Set these moths to the flame. Electrocution from a stomach of pain. We spread the beat on the floor. So you can dance, you such a whore. Spinal stairs carry me to a fractured sense of logic and security. While with a stomach I'm always on the brink of sick. In this vase of empty I never choked so much. On the entire nothing, that slowly soaked into me. And this pink bed covered with such ebony. The hardest cold, the blackest of black. Sudden stop, heart attack in the shadows of reality. Beyond the two-way mirror. This undeveloped fetus. This will Cadver is trusting. Your inner voice. You must feed the walls. You must satisfy the craving. Paint the walls with passion. Every wall holds a secret. Between each secret lies a nightmare. The flames a taste of chaos. In your cavity of cancer. This endless void of charred satisfaction. Scream, scream for the light. This beast of infamy is you. Your starving skin and degenerate apathy. My house now a potter's field without an apple tree. The lies, a loyal consistency. Truth in the graze of loyalty. Now I severing the rhythmic contractions. In other words a transplant rejection. To know is to show and to feel. A place I don't know anymore. Headlights and empty bottles. Acceleration is what follows. To dissect veins to see where they go. In a moment nothing will stop the flow. Let's baptize this moment pain and regret. Repetition is what you use, I bet. Is to grow, said the poor man. Try me. In this infinite space, between sheets of grace, I find solace. In this rain, between curtains of the sane, I find application. In this time, between each day, I find patience. In this abyss, it floats. In this land of ego, a door of tomorrows, and today. Walls of light, deep and thin. Under the skin, on orbs of untitled illusions. With every exhale, there is a recipe. At expense, many knowingly do meet. With every inhale, the innocent weep. For the act of breathing is now in defeat. The cost may vary from state to state, but the heavy penny still holds heavy weight. We are all men of sand, and evergreen is a dream, and love holds the form. Wine over water. Water into wine. Inconsistent constant divine. Over the inner and outer sublime. Always striving. Self-denying. Polarity disorder. Extremely fickle. Cynical tickle. Hypocrisy complex. To be creative is to be closer to the creator of creation. It forms an appreciation. For art is in everything we do. Even this damnation. It bring people together. making us think of a happy place, of love you can drink. Standing on the front line of change, many have shed their blood on the medium, a manifestation of emotion, progressing towards an idea of a human universal nation, of our own creation. Nothing is in vain. If out of love, stuck in a daydream's a tattered mess. To be straight the point, let digress about my fears, and troubling pulsing in my chest, opening doors to only desecrate. Love is something we all try to calculate, followed by the mathematician's probate. Without pain there's a lack of appreciation. There are no apologies, only hopes for tribulation. For the flawed, the human heart's degradations. I leave it all open to suggestion and assumption. Reality is a conundrum, the constant consumption of the typical boring, and love's happy corruptions. My body is a boat, my heart is the mast, hoping to find you with every cast. For all I am is a grain in an hourglass. Love just is. Just got to focus on the now and today. It feeds the hope, helps it stay. A whole a fragile thing. Glass heart on a string. Dangling, waiting for gravity's sting. Waiting on moments of weightlessness. A prism of thoughts on the painless. On dreams of love and fullness. No third-party anecdote, or foreword of sanctuary. Just thoughts in a prison of hurry and worry. Just a somnolent consequent armament of beings, life's little occupants. But in my opinion life is about building dreams into monuments. And love is when you never falter but stand. There's not much in this world between the land, but only in your chest, where life is truly grand. Beautiful creation's manifestation it may mirror but will never come close. You're fickle as a feather, colors blend together, but you are the shapes of forever, an insult of jealous opinion, and I am never, less of a remember, a dream of a dreamer, a heart constantly severed, free thought, on the winds of ink, not sure what I write, not sure what I think, only what I feel. Moment to moment, with words of annulment, sipping on seconds of sand, my emotions are instruments of a one-man band, its indigressive progressive notes, are the tools life's boat. And you are the stars' guidelines of smoke. A mirror of dreams, inside each of us we are all connected by lives seamless, pleasantly painful. Out of the wild into the night, the shadows strings, emotions of blight, through sorrow a thunder, and love's lighting semantics of flight, I will be, whether tomorrow or tonight my body may fade. Every day is a step and every month is a mile, time becomes dislodged after a while, you find yourself floating or falling either up or down, waiting will only bring you to the ground. So go on and live your life, actions have consequences, so take it all with a patient smile, don't forget we are here and we are now, life can be as cold as snow but time is a plow. Life stands in doorways, with constant vertigo and a cold, hoping to have the strength to walk through, but love is bold, boring mishap happy, or is probability of biology inconvenient crepey. A never-ending elliptical of danger is fickle axios uncertainty, full of obstacles of insecurity and constant feeling of unworthy biz. But the only light I can find when life is unkind and topsy-turvy, there is, LT, does it get easier, sweeter, or more full of eager moments, or does it turn to soggy, bitter, a lonely sitting thinker where loneliness makes you stronger or weaker? Always helping the wanters find the wanted, and help the needers feed their need. The indecisive, oversaturated, disconnected lack of perspective of no directive, elective, where the key is hope. In the open selective of this or that one, both the same, both are someone. What happened to taste, tax, strive? What happened to the strong? Did they find the sunrise or get lost in the twilight? Mouth full of ash and heart full of blood and gears. Fuck cookie cutter BS is tired of fearful excuses of BS and starving for truth. Ghost boy covered in paint. Organs begin to quiver. Is it his heart or his liver? The rapture of a thought, usually it will take you for a ride, most of the time leaves you lost, sometimes though it will takes you where you're supposed to go, fleeting moments of beauty. Worth more than the underestimated cost, but what is pretty isn't always good for me. Never is never. This goes to a holy hand grenade of whatever and forever. What will be, and with all honesty much rather be, than expecting words I can see of a fictitious morality. What will be, we're all floating or falling in the same drifting reality, a masquerading honesty, feeling are temporary, some always bubbling, so I jump, and I fall, losing words, dreaming. Living, I guess, feeling, even being, it's all too much paperwork, so categorize it as real and absurd. Cause in the end I expect nothing, so nothing never phases me. Cause in the end I expect nothing, so nothing never phases me. Grenade of forever. This bullshitocracy of absolute dual schizophrenic facade of a true bipolar bear democracy. A theocracy of true corporate aristocracy of fair and just monopolies of capitalized devory, putting shadows and limitation over liberties and equality, what can and what won't be, selling only one perspective of a manipulated reality. Death to morality and long live fear in uncertainty, sell love through insecurity, stripping voice with a control, isolated, disconnected, self-domesticated society. Where is the lion's heart, the honesty, the American dream? The mob money lighty. No longer a republic of philosophy but okay numbers in malarkey, is sick of the consumptive, assumptive, paranoid, non-spill but yet communicated, still unspoken expectations of silence's incubation. Patient and still but not yet worthy of this topsy-turvy life of promises and unspoken surelys. But like candy, so much more without expectation, 'cause all that is just inebriation, with correlation of ego. To truly live is to just be, in life with honest genuine hope in a drifting reality. The misdirection based on assumed misconception based on calculated logic of a crocodile, but I am no snake, I am the tree. This will be your what if regret of what could be. So live and let live be and let be, me are we are me. Life is hope of the change we can give, life is rhyme in a riddle, the isnware lies in the middle. New location, different situation. First day at a new place with overcome all obstacles I face. Life is nothing but a riddle in a rhyme. Love is the answer. Between the web of words and double speak, with genuinely with no tongue and cheek. Word to the wise, the word is full of lies, of half-truths and the hidden revelation of despise. Hate breeds hate, that's the truth, and you don't need to calculate or acclimate my words with analyzation or tribulations. All I ask is for is honesty, equality and love, heart's funny alchemy full of stars and dreams of what could be or what was but what is. All I'm trying to say is love is one emotional notoriety out of life's little lump sum category. When you expect nothing and just be, you gain everything. No disappointment, life becomes a sea. When I'm silent, do I slumber? Do the dreams dream, do I wonder? Or do we all find each other silently in between the pillow smother? The realist and the dreamer, where the metal hits meets the asphalt. Adrenaline rust, anxiety rush, where the head meets the heart. Sparks shatter, melting vines in the brush. A chaos that won't subside. A fire that can't abide. The word will rearrange into something strange. A cell of order is still a cage. For anarchy is freedom with rage. In the rolling hills of our Father, bleeding the seed of knowledge, covered by the mist of stars, a scattered imagination and glittering hope. To live you need two things, dreams and money. To live for others, or the second accepted rope. But what about love, its best glue for this design? Only by the will of standing as one. Is it by revolution or evolution? Old world's blues can we overcome? The kind of impossible beauty. The kind that brings weightless. The lily so pure it's fadless. But I stumble in the trenches. Through the muck of words, veiled sentences. Lips sweet as peaches breaking all fences. But I self-sabotage the best moments. In awe of the angelic real. The only real is to feel. So just speak. Have fun and let's see. Love lights the stars of happy. Shadows on shadows, light on light. Where do I find you, my heart, my kite? I am a balloon, darkness so white. Where do I find you, floating through the night? I am me. And you are you. Tomorrow then. Hope's whisper. Of today's when. You are there, and I am dear. Words are words and we're having them here. I'm afraid of dreaming. Do dreams dreams? Waking from the waking? Or stay sleeping? For the entertainment of counting sheep. A cluster of chaos floating and falling. The truth is always flowing and running. Life is a salad of water and gasoline. A heart of oil and vinegar mixed by the unseen. Tired of the exaggerated, in one ear. Anxiety of the unknown paralyzes fear. You will never find truth outside, but inside. Not in a box, not a thing with a tag. You'll find it only when you dream or feel. The experiences, it's your, they can never steal. The moments burned into forever, the echoes. Still reverberates, shaking the cells of never go. Love is where we departed, a thought that burns and borrows. Like roots of some flower working its way through ready to bloom. Bright colors, beyond thought, each petaled scar a poem. Wrapped in once upon a time's clay cigarette, love's forgot room. A tree of thought and feelings, swept away by the butcher's broom. Dark nights don't always bring brighter tomorrows. But only in darkness can you really see the lights. Stars, each one a dream, and without distance. Or no concept of time, it really is an infinite ocean of white. Love is a nova, burning's brightest in cold night. A kaleidoscope of dreams. Life can be not only what is seen. Through the all up and show. The disguise matter little compared to the color of the soul. Steering though this cloudy sea. The only miracle is you and me. The tears and fears are climbing in and down. A suffocating vine heart bound. Memories are always snowing, leaving its daily dust. That you the reader cannot see. The dark of dark are shadow of white. The pages will never open even in light. You can only see between the pages of moonlight. Therese no fade switch or off and on. Carrying what you feel till you're gone. Making it a laugh, a story, or a song. Why is intuition set to double exposure? The past dictating the now over the shoulder. But shouldn't we guard the flames like a soldier? With time's sweet lips of longing. Just being and belonging. Warm moments of comfortable understanding. Looking at each other with equal standing. A light touch, a hint of a spark. Life is a dream in the dark. The embers of intoxicated yearning. Bodies of passion burning. Little moon with a blue hue. I wish I could be among the stars sitting next to you. But I'm at the bottom, looking up. Living in life's well, or is it a cup? Never tasted the fall or heard the plop. Do I drink or am I the last drop? Our windows make good doors. Through the opening and closing. Our breath dancing to our heart's beat. Our ears make good eyes. Saturation sparks the imagination. What came first, the thought, the dream, or the feeling? Away from the light. Into the dark. Into the fire, into the hearth. Breaking vines. Life and its amusing confusing. Twist and turns, roses lost in the ferns. Lights and burns, redemption yearns. In what if scratching mental tickle. Wanting to change the lens but gets life's nickel. Burning the negative into living pictures. Genuine honest mixture. Voices rise and fall. But your light echoes off all walls. Between the pixels and the pigments. Breaking walls of the beating cements. Healing veins and breaking vines. The angel in the mist amongst the pines. Wish. The icicle drips drops. Inside the gutter. Of the metal artery. Of a frozen fountain. Filled with swimming wishes. Mass. You're the lighting before the thunder. A spark that ignites life's wonder. Thoughts as sharp as glass. With a heart worth more than the sum of the mass. Open. Eyes screaming open. Raspy and dried. Glaring echoes broken. Restrained and denied. Atlantic insunder. It was the great Atlantic in sunder. Followed by the glory then word thunder. Throats tightening under the swell. Cutting air like lightning's bell. A balloon pulled down by life's tide. Now a buoy being tossed side to side. Nothing is forever except change, it seems. When we're all flying on Halluim dream. Umbrella. If you ever need an umbrella. The days you stand in your tears. When the strings of your sadness pull you down. Some days you stand in your drops. It's raining somewhere for someone. Bleeding life into ground. Drowning in the blue and grays. Standing in memories can be warmer than the sun. If you ever need an umbrella, pen strokes, monuments of vanity, oversaturated apathy, decibels of greed of a closed-door system. There is two worlds and only one bleeds. Unless you count paper cuts and pen strokes. Drop. Therese no fade switch or off and on. Carrying what you feel till you're gone. Making it a laugh, a story, or a song. Why is intuition set to double exposure? The past dictating the now over the shoulder. But shouldn't we guard the flames like a soldier? With time's sweet lips of longing. Just being and belonging. Warm moments of comfortable understanding. Looking at each other with equal standing. A light touch, a hint of a spark. Life is a dream in the dark. The embers of intoxicated yearning. Bodies of passion burning. Little moon with a blue hue. I wish I could be among the stars sitting next to you. But I'm at the bottom, looking up. Living in lives well, or is it a cup? Never tasted the fall or heard the plop. Do I drink or am I the last drop? I used to hear your voice. Quietly in the dark. Now I hear the dark. We danced in each other's dreams. Only to promenade in the quiet. Dance. Dragonflies dance and birds chirp away the sun. Tomorrow brings what yesterday should have brung. Letters to words to a sentence of a paragraph to a page. Do they dance with passion or do they dance with rage? Stirs. Peering through the window. Looking out while looking in. Watching the world melt. Faces of yesterday a maddening blur. But the soup splashes as it stirs. The murmur in the dark. The saturated quiet of my blanket temple. Only the shadows in the park. No beast nor angel could reach the bed or mantle. I find myself turning missive. Wandering to and from thoughts of gold and guns. Constricting the constricted heart of twisted. But there was nothing but dreams and silent fun. Through fleeting daydream of what to say. Chained and locked with hopes, what ifs and maybe. Kept the nightmare of dark inside at bay. It is when thoughts eat thought. Change is a stain or a mark. The monsters quiet and cold have found my spot. For I hear the murmurs in the dark. When a heart is lonely, it digests lies. Honesty and truth is as irritating as flies. As we are dividing up the divides. The madness, it never subsides. Always striving, multiplying. Dreams, the flames of regret. Of what if and maybes of yet. You were wrapped in starlight. I was paralyzed by how bright. There is no way to measure what's shared and the memories we treasure. The image burned in night. On the other side of forever. What is a greater threat to humanity, empathy, or apathy? Behind every dichotomy, are have and have-nots. Dragons and dreamers, users and bots. Working poor and grit or a suitcase and ties. Confusion is control in a world of lies. Disguise the truth behind silence and smile. The secret is to be karma, be love is to live in endless style. The ringing echoes of old world blues. Teaching a patient appreciation in the seasonal hues. Old New England stoicism is a rotting Philosophy. With its many hypocrisy, ignorant, untaught historical dichotomies. They are emotional traditions manifest of a living ghosts. Guilt from the dead is a scar we give each other as we all toast. God is in the stock market, Jesus is on TV, when people come together, it's only to watch each other bleed. Love is the hero, silence is the enemy, for bombing for peace, is like fucking for virginity. Meetings. Like pins and needles. A cunning crawling dancer. When mental reflections meet. A silent gentle. Glitter. Scars are like glitter. A sparkling reminder. As bold as lions we race on. Into the heart of the breaking dawn. I'm just a breath in the breeze. Or maybe the gods just sneezed. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Love is the forever flames. Lies fantastic. We live behind, not ahead. Silent words in electric plastic. Erosion, corrosion, explosion, lies fantastic. Capitalism, singularity, a life of lead. Inferno tide. We are carried by the waves of time. Through stars of thought and spirit. Our ship built by our forebears. Love and logic are our mast and our sail. Carrying the torch since it was but a spark. We shall endure, our hopes feed the flame. Through dreams of tomorrows today. We face the darkness as it faces us. We are the inferno. Tick-tock. With the tick-tock of his feet. It was the devil that death went to meet. To consume the darkness and burn with it, for a bargain is a bet. In a life of ash, all you have is gray sets. A dream without a dreamer that sits. For a soul is a dream of dollar and bits. Nectar sunsets. Nectar sunsets and freckle starlight smeared in marshmallow smog. If life gives you lemons, dreams can have you swimming in a vodka-filled cranberry bog. Long walks on, through old green roads, your lanterns help clear the fog. The night. Shadows on shadows, light on light. Where do I find you, my heart, my kite? I am a balloon of darkness so white. Where do I find you, floating through the night? Sacrament. A vote is sacrament in democracy's church. Idea is madness in the republic of thought. A voice is freedom within a machine of plastic. Murmurs in the dark. The murmur in the dark. The saturated quiet of my blanket temple. Only the shadows in the park. No beast nor angel could reach the bed or mantle. I find myself turning missive. Wandering to and from thoughts of gold and guns. Constricting the constricted heart of twisted. But there was nothing but dreams and silent fun. Through fleeting daydream of what to say. Chained and locked with hopes, what ifs and maybe. Kept the nightmare of dark inside at bay. It is when thoughts eat thought. Change is a stain or a mark. The monsters quiet and cold have found my spot. For I hear the murmurs in the dark. 2016 good books are like a quiet rambling stranger and friends. I hope through theses, poems of rambling I can progress artistically and emotionally. Life is rhyme in a riddle. The answer lies in the middle, so I just insert the lines, you the insert title. Oldest first, youngest at the bottom. Title, You're dead in the dead zone, with everything on the table, from body to bones. Plant me beneath the maple, starry night to starry white. I want to be your ocean, that swallowing night, and the reinventing notion, that love is light. Title: What will be is what you see, not this old projector playing in my unregistered bed, of the salt and the soil, the blood and toil. I could lay down on my truth. Has it really been feed? Yes, we are beyond the living and the dead, life in a rambling head. Title: You are the sweet water, the perfume of sea. When I see you, I see the best part of me. You are the nectar of my heart, my soul stone, my tree. You are future, only to you I take a knee. Title: A canary in the cage or a hole, breathing in the lies of trolls. Why is a lie more entertaining than honesty? Is it imagination's curdling monogamy? Precious time, and the freedom's money. Someone tell me what's sweeter than honey? Waiting for battle, from freedom's pen, to freedom's swords. Trial by fire, fight for your truth or another is your own accord. Fight for love, fight for liberty, or fight for what you cannot afford. By shedding blood and sweating right. What we do and say is the good fight. Into dark bringing the light. Title: I am one of many intensities of energy. I was welcomed into life by the electric grand cogs of destiny. In God's waiting room looking the rest of me. What do blind minds really see? But if the destination happens a dead end, there is this only reality. I would still do my best with mortality. Because death for a love is not a fatality. What came first, art or philosophy? Or is it welcome to the kids playing Monopoly? I know we don't speak in quite the same frequency. Where you see definitive of never, I see the logic of possibility. Oligopoly sounds so dirty and this rhyme is written sloppily. Change is what is, and or ever changing is what will be. In the festival of life's few hidden temples, there is no control but, and whither you can trust the stemples. You can be life's DJ despite the cuds. Atlas is tired, Lady Justice is parched. Welcome to the Ides of March. Title: Odd number are what I am, but even is what I see. Struggle with the unknown around the bend, but half a failure is all I hear. Bitter is a door I'll never open. Cold is no stranger to me. Life is the fight of fights. What will be will be. Into the blind nights. Title: Minimum to scrape, none to struggle to die. Come on boys, it's time to fly. Hope is more than a philosophy, it's not just sugar we put in life's grey tea. It's love for each other and love for this land. When there's nothing left, dreams of hope are their helping hands pour. It's the dream that keeps love alive and carries the hope of freedom denied. Love is a democracy, it's stronger than any old tree. Love is freedom, can't you see? To deny freedom is an American blasphemy. It's we the people, not we the politicians. Electronic democracy. Title: Beautiful creation's manifestation. It may mirror but will never come close. You're fickle as a feather, colors blend together, but you are the shapes of forever, a insult of envy all, and I am never, less of a remember. A dream of a dreamer, a heart constantly severed beats, free thought, on the winds of ink. Not sure what I write, not sure what I think, only what I feel. Feeling are the only thing that is real. Insert title, Echoes of Memories Dance in Darkness, only looking back will I ever be as blessed, with its glimmering hope and hunger of love, and the world's number one wonder. The question is it the strike of a spark or its thunder? Title: Solidifying my solitude, through isolation, and waning hope, the kind that makes you choke and cuts of circulation to any logic except cynical cleansing soap, coming to accept the unacceptable cold. Life is traumatic, and that's why you must have a vigilant persistent patience and hope bold. Title: With my freedom of my feet only shackled in the artificial illusion and unappreciated flying seed. The best, I don't fake it until I make it, for love is a raging storm and it rules life's ocean of chaoses of jumbled words. I know I am no great man, I can say that for certain, but I can also say unequivocally I am will to settle for good. Try to be a good man, and as long as you try you will never fail. To be a good person, it may be drop in a bucket, but you get enough drops in a bucket. Before you know it you will get a flood, and eventually you have an ocean of whatever it is you dream to be, or what you will into being for that matter, love. That's what makes life great, love. There is no odds, or certain have to be's. I can be whatever I want to be, so I want to be good. These words are letters blown by the winds of my feelings, and together they make a sentence of the heart. Without action they are as empty as my pockets. But I have hope in my heart, burning with the fire of the free thought that I can make a difference with my domino, cause life is no poker game, or house of cards. Life is love, fear may always be, but love is gravity and eventually rules all. Title: Had a dream, but I let it go. Sometimes all we're looking for is just a window. Are we trying set them free so that way they don't haunt us, by opening it? Whether it's a TV or a glass plane, why? I heard ghosts on the ceilings, walking around all loud and feeling. I heard that the next world is my world in the dark. I said no, it's God's. Like on the other side of a mirror. Why? All of us are haunted, especially by the cold. To live life is to be brave, taking one step after the bold. It's easy to ignore it, but it will never ignore you. Love is the light, love is the path and the way. Title: Sometime, somehow. Maybe later this morning. Or the evening after. The day ink and paper are illegal. Maybe not so much. Or it is easier to replace the obsolete with a subtle digital delete. The day blood and war is peace. Maybe not so much. Or it is easier to replace the confused with sex and violence fused. Title: Why in the war, is it poor vs poorer? Drunk on distractions, force-fed opinions. Lies opportunity, tell me who wins. Title: All distracted waiting on the cliffhangers of tomorrow instead of today, easier to brave behind the eyes of others, the eyes of our own. To do nothing is to destroy everything. Title: It's hard to find the familiar down the upstream, losing everything but sanity, thanks to genetic disposition of a stubborn resolve. But cannot help but feel that around every corner walls is some dead end of try as hard as might fight for some waking dreams. Sleeping reality, the corners of and edges of this apartment are an unfamiliar body of whitewash far from milk and sweet honey. Tired of the quiet pinch, stepping on every crack of carpet, full of plenty of nails, the unfamiliar creak sounds from above. Waiting for something to haunt, or come down the stairs through the thuds above, but memories are more like poltergeists acting like some burned overlaying reality of habits of an old habitat. But they're all miles away. Gray is the new black in a glass big top of privacy holding cake, but the cake is a lie, the reality of the holidays, of age, and of friends, trapped in the currents of an isolated time. A man holding onto his last balloon. Title: I miss the freedom of an undomesticated youth, full of wild dreams of can be, of an undressed future of possibility, the Halloween Cinderella pumpkin by midnight mature monotonicity. A fine vinegar limited tongue around friends and family, cause honesty, truth, and heart in the immediate vicinity is terrorism of censored soul and filled, and we hope into a costume questions acting as we were strangers, filling time with infomercial force-fed pride. That have a heart is weak, just cause you walk away doesn't mean life. Hallway of blood-filled veins isn't moving outside that door, that things will stay the same, the only never winter. At age 2 with no cricks or cracks of each stair I creeped out of the nightmares to only room that might as well been a teddy bear and lay between the angels of sage picking at the mole under his armpit. And feeling the sandpaper comfort. Age 5 my grandmother yells at me as I play archaeologist and tell me to be more patient, not with life but myself and the people around me, cause only then can you grow up, and that only two things that are important are family and patience, and they go hand in hand. 16 I knew it was the last year, so it gave me a appreciation of the fleeting, so I bought a tree on Christmas. I felt the cold in my veins, the only one that listened cared. I wake up at 28 with palms pressed so hard together that my knuckles are white, dreaming the same dreams of blood. Willing to give anything, but hindsight is a unjustifiable bitch and is a time-rotting cancer with all the woulda coulda shoulda, but all you got is echoes of didn't or can't. I can't write any more 50 push-up. There's no such thing as can't, there is only did and its sibling did not, and a few brief words echo like haunting me like the word, yet, there's no time, but there is one even louder, patience. Title: It was years to the day. I say imagine a different kind of blind by youth manufacture hope. Fleeting ropes tethering envy. Of what of the ignorant see? They holding onto the keys. To suffocated the dreamers. Singing long live the Judas schemers. In the isolation of adulthood. Stood surrounded by an entitled generation. A nation of force-fed. In a bed of plastic pigs with cookie-cutter personalities. Profit and steeples, over bread and butter. Long live milk and honey, cows and bees. Personality and imagination is eaten. We are beaten by Manantani monsters. Sleep conquered divided maybes. Disconnected, but we are not the giants of lazy. Distracted playing in the ink, looking for a God of constant forgiveness can bring you to the brink. So smear the colors of the diluted gray, we stand on cloudy days. 2014. Love is rhyme and life is the riddle, and we are all floating somewhere in the middle. Enjoy the poetry. Insert title. When I'm silent, do I slumber? Do the dreams dream, do I wonder? Or do we all find each other? Silently in between the pillow smother. The realist and the dreamer. Insert title. Where the metal hits meets the asphalt. Adrenaline rust, anxiety rush. where the head meets the heart. Sparks shatter, melting vines in the brush. Insert title. Into hellfire just to see. Life's warm festive rope choking with the best of me. All the shadows are burned, do sorrow's tear echo? Insert title. Shadows on shadows, light on light. Where do I find you, my heart, my kite? I am a balloon darkness so white. Where do I find you, floating through the night? Insert title. You will never find truth outside, but inside. Not in a box, not a thing with a tag. You'll find it only when you dream or feel. The experiences, it's they can never steal. The moments burned into forever, the echoes. Still reverberates, shaking the cells of never go. Insert title. A chaos that won't subside. A fire that can't abide. The word will rearrange into something strange. A cell of order is still a cage. For anarchy is freedom with rage. Insert title. A cluster of chaos floating and falling. The truth is always flowing and running. Life is a salad of water and gasoline. A heart of oil and vinegar mixed by the unseen. Tired of the exaggerated, in one ear. Anxiety of the unknown paralyzes fear. Insert title. In the serenity of the empty, a jar sits with the what if, and maybe. Does it reach out or does it stand? Always waiting for the left hand. Insert title. The kind of impossible beauty. The kind that brings weightless. The lily so pure it's fadless. But I stumble in the trenches. Through the muck of words, veiled sentences. Lips sweet as peaches breaking all fences. But I self-sabotage the best moments. In awe of the angelic real. The only real is to feel. So just be. Have fun and let's see. Love lights the stars of happy. Insert title. Love is a subtle knife. Expectation is disappointment's strife. Full of soft secrets. Come place your bets. And tender touch. True poetry a riddled crutch. The cold wave. A bed for the brave. And hard thrusts. Truth gone bust. Honest lies. What if deny? I see you. I am true. Anxious, and open. Cut me or love me I'm broken. Insert title. Whisk it away with whiskey. The timber tamale of Frisky. With drops of light. And sadness take flight. For we are lovers of the night. Through thoughts of infinity. The paper is boundless in the vicinity. There is no rhyme or reason. Love will never be treason. Hearts beyond borders and regions. Insert title. The quietest people have the loudest minds. The reality is somewhere between the lines. Bending and blurring with time's digital click. Cause at that moment it didn't matter what talk or tick. Lost in your smile, a light amongst the mist. And I'm not just saying that I'm glad you exist. A intimidating kind of beauty louder than words. A blinding kind of radiant sunrise with birds. I stand there with only a sort of bashful reverence. Choking on the syllables and the sentence. It's not every day you see angels. Insert title. In the rolling hills of our Father, bleeding the seed of knowledge, covered by the mist of stars, a scattered imagination and glittering hope. To live you need to two things: dreams and money. To live for others, or the second accepted rope. But what about love, its best glue for this design? Only by the will of standing as one. Is it by revolution or evolution? Old world's blues can we overcome? Cold nights. Love is where we departed, a thought that burns and borrows. Like roots of some flower working its way through ready to bloom. Bright colors, beyond thought each petaled scar a poem. Wrapped in once upon a time's clay cigarette, love's forgot room. A tree of thought and feelings, swept away by the butcher's broom. Dark nights don't always bring brighter tomorrows. But only in darkness can you really see the lights. Stars, each one a dream, and without distance. Or no concept of time, it really is an infinite ocean of white. Love is a nova, burning's brightest in cold night. Insert title. A kaleidoscope of dreams. Life can be not only what is seen. Through the all up and show. The disguise matter little compared to the color of the soul. Steering though this cloudy sea. The only miracle is you and me. The tears and fears are climbing in and down. A suffocating vine heart bound. Memories are always snowing, leaving its daily dust. That you the reader cannot see. The dark of dark are shadow of white. The pages will never open even in light. You can only see between the pages of moonlight. Insert title. I am me. And you are you. Tomorrow then. Hope's whisper. Of today's when. You are there, and I am dear. Words are words and we're having them here. I'm afraid of dreaming. Do dreams dreams? Waking from the waking. Or stay sleeping. For the entertainment of counting sheep. Meetings. Like pins and needles. A cunning crawling dancer. When mental reflections meet. A silent gentle glitter. Scars are like glitter. A sparkling reminder. As bold as lions we race on. Into the heart of the breaking dawn. I'm just a breath in the breeze. Or maybe the gods just sneezed. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Love is the forever flames. Lies fantastic. We live behind, not ahead. Silent words in electric plastic. Erosion, corrosion, explosion, lies fantastic. Capitalism, singularity, a life of lead. Inferno tide. We are carried by the waves of time. Through stars of thought and spirit. Our ship built by our forebears. Love and logic are our mast and our sail. Carrying the torch since it was but a spark. We shall endure, our hopes feed the flame. Through dreams of tomorrows today. We face the darkness as it faces us. We are the inferno. Tick-tock. With the tick-tock of his feet. It was the devil that death went to meet. To consume the darkness and burn with it, for a bargain is a bet. In a life of ash, all you have is gray sets. A dream without a dreamer that sits. For a soul is a dream of dollar and bits. Nectar sunsets. Nectar sunsets and freckle starlight smeared in marshmallow smog. If life gives you lemons, dreams can have you swimming in a vodka-filled cranberry bog. Long walks on, through old green roads, your lanterns help clear the fog. The night. Shadows on shadows, light on light. Where do I find you, my heart, my kite? I am a balloon of darkness so white. Where do I find you, floating through the night? Sacrament. A vote is sacrament in democracy's church. Idea is madness in the republic of thought. A voice is freedom within a machine of plastic. Murmurs in the dark. The murmur in the dark. The saturated quiet of my blanket temple. Only the shadows in the park. No beast nor angel could reach the bed or mantle. I find myself turning missive, wandering to and from thoughts of gold and guns, constricting the constricted heart of twisted. But there was nothing but dreams and silent fun. Through fleeting daydream of what to say, chained and locked with hopes, what ifs and maybe, kept the nightmare of dark inside at bay. It is when thoughts eat thought. Change is a stain or a mark. The monsters quiet and cold have found my spot. For I hear the murmurs in the dark. Untitled. Frozen quiet in the winter of sound. Stitched open in left to flow and drip. When the last petals of the beating touch the ground. As if the heart was something you could snip and clip. Where money, job, status sets terms of quality of character. Vanity's perceptions is a lens blurred. Settling for second because not being lonely is what matters. Welcome to the world of the obtuse and absurd. Untitled. On the winds of whatever. Carried by old world wit and clever. The flame shine never brighter. Kindness of the torch lighter. Crickets on the wind of nature's lullaby. Firefly dreams under a starry sky. Passing the warmth of sight. To the next good fight. Untitled. On the cryptic context of love-loss logic. Of the define apartment of emotions oceans. No one cares about your brain or heart on the street. You're just a praying pretty face or a flexing pile of meat. The system overworks you or over-medicates to numbs you up. Mass diagnose sending out pills orchnage in cup. The soul's extortions. Untitled. Through the tall pine. In the dark our feet began to rhyme. Following a river of stars. Walking a carpet meant for cars. Out of the frame straight to the heart. In those memories we shall never part. Untitled. A cluster of chaos floating and falling. The truth is always flowing and running. Life is a salad of water and gasoline. A heart of oil and vinegar mixed by the unseen. Tired of the exaggerated, in one ear. Anxiety of the unknown paralyzes fear. Untitled. Welcome to the endless peanut butter parade. Of thoughts and opinions and marmalade. A erratic, fantastic, elastic carousel of shadows on the wall. Up, down, and around waiting until we kneel, until we fall. But love and dreams are balloons that never go down, only up. Imagination should be nourished, for it is knowledge's endless cup. Untitled. High-pitched silence, ringing. The quiet is singing. The philosophy of being. Alone. My heart is an endless echo of an echo. The connection of a reflection. Untitled. In the fever of a feeling. Drinking stars of our mirages. As if butterflies dreamed of chasing a comet. Are we the sum total of a memory collage? To write is to care as you vomit words and letters into an empty stage. Tasting colors in a space where love eclipses hate's rage. In the fever of a feeling. Chins. We are but a chime. In the winds of time. Orange stain. The isolating vein. Now individuality is a stain. Less to give, more to blame. Fame over unity, or unite over fame. A divisive wave with a long crash. In a reality where flesh is trash. Against the swarm, and the buzz. Orange is as orange does. Untitled. Welcome to the world dichotomies. Where people's morality got a lobotomies. And you get an A+ in vanity. Lacking both principles and sanity. Conquering and divide through binary. We are not machines in hate's refinery. Where amendments are shamed and ignored. Distractions and wag the dog politics is restored. When the gears break, do they rust or resist? Those against injustice raise a fist. Untitled. There's simple truths in monotony. Working for repetitive tasks of pay. As if your soul got a lobotomy. More now a maze, a electric dichotomy. There's simple lies in the thrill. The tasks pay for repetitive crazy. As if your mind remained still. Both hands required to turn the mill. The empire of the phoenix is the journey of man, of his enviable fall, before the rise, for the ashes anew the flames of progress. When time becomes space, space becomes endless. Eyes never age, they bloom, or they glow. Sometimes though they are as empty as a window, depends on your day. Hearts can be echo chambers of ringing worse than any migraine. Not to belong, but to be, to just be with, in that moment. With anyone but your own thoughts, but when you find yourself frozen in your memories, life is quilt sort of quiet looking blanket of snowflakes and sunshine. I find myself in the state of truth, for what we are, is more than the sum total of knowledge and experience, but it is what we feel, and sometimes that is the only thing. The only truth that makes sense, to live in a heart than to live in your head. Untitled. Frozen quiet in the winter of sound. Stitched open in left to flow and drip. When the last petals of the beating touch the ground. As if the heart was something you could snip and clip. Where money, job, status sets terms of quality of character. Vanity's perceptions is a lens blurred. Settling for second because not being lonely is what matters. Welcome to the world of the obtuse and absurd. Untitled. On the winds of whatever. Carried by old world wit and clever. The flame shine never brighter. Kindness of the torch lighter. Crickets on the wind of nature's lullaby. Firefly dreams under a starry sky. Passing the warmth of sight. To the next good fight.